What's going through his mind? Is he saying, should I intervene? Should I get in the middle of this? Does he think he's still rolling? Is he standing there to record it?
I believe he thought that he was still rolling. From speaking to him, it happened so quickly. In other words, it was shocking, terrifying, never expected this to happen at all, and literally was just documenting it like he documented from the beginning to the end. In other words, I'm taping it. Originally was, I want the police to see that this man hit a motorcycle, ran over motorcycle riders.
Breslov is not being treated like a suspect. He is considered a witness, and he doesn't expect to face any charges. And it's important to note, his video is not the only one in this case. The chain of events was captured on surveillance cameras, highway cameras, cell phone videos, iPads, and other bystanders. And as we saw before this piece, and that wasn't Breslov's video of the actual beating, some of those pictures are starting to come out.
Mm-hmm. What do you make of the man who took the video?
All right, so I sat with him last night for a while. I took him through his story. He seems like a guy who has fallen into this thing way over his head. I don't think he expected this to... He shot that video, Charlie, and uploaded it to YouTube, because that's how he handles his video. It had 400,000 hits in the morning. It's got 6 or 7 million now. This was not what he thought was going to happen here.
You believe it, that the battery just went out right as the attack was happening?
You know, that is the kind of thing that begs the question. But the police have executed a search warrant at his home. They've been through his computers and materials looking to see, is there any more, where's the rest? And there's no indication that it exists.
So let's step back. There's some other new developments in this road rage case. A fourth person has now been arrested. What do we know about that individual? And what do we know about what you've reported? There were some undercover cops and other officers that were involved.
So another arrest of somebody actually allegedly involved in the assault. And, you know, now we have a situation where a detective has come forward. Another police officer is getting ready to come forward. That didn't happen yesterday. There are 2 other police officers who are in the ride. So the police department has not actually sat down and done the Q&A with all of them. So this picture is unfolding more slowly than investigators would like.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, John.
Down. At first, no one's paying attention to the SUV. They're watching cruise. And then a couple of people around the car angry, and they're telling them, you see, this is what happens when you're an asshole.
Jose was riding with the group, and they're hitting the
individual. One individual hit the back of the car.
slash tires.
No, there was no slash tires. Slash tires came later.
It's still unclear if Leon is panicked or enraged when he guns his engine to escape from the mass of bikers.
They were angry. They were angry because they tried to slow this man down because he was already driving erratic. And then to add insult to injury, he pretty much said, screw you, I'm going to hit you anyway.
The video showing the front of his SUV rolling over and crushing one of the bikers. As a result of that violent confrontation between the motorcycle riders and the SUV on Manhattan's Upper West Side, one rider is now in the hospital with broken legs and spinal injuries, likely to leave him paralyzed. The victim, Edward Mises, is no angel. Known as Jay Menzie, he has no driver's license and a lengthy record. Arrested most recently on May 24th in Andover, Massachusetts, he has dozens of violations. So many that this June, Menzie is named a habitual offender. His right to drive revoked until 2017. His family says this is no excuse for him getting run down by the Rover.
Edwin Mises Jr., also known as Jay, is an innocent victim who was trying to help the driver of the SUV when he was run over.
Celebrity attorney Gloria Allred is now representing Menzie and threatening to sue the Leons for hit and run.
He told everyone to move on and go back to riding. And he turned his back to the SUV to start walking back to his own bike. It was then, with his back to the SUV, and as he was in front of it, that he was run over and crushed.
So don't you think that that driver was scared seeing this massive group of motorcycles surrounding his car? He's trying to get through and they're not letting him, they're blocking him. You could see that in his mind that he might think he was in danger.
I can understand how someone could feel that way.
We made an arrest of the individual who slows down his motorcycle in front of the SUV in which the victim is riding. He's been arrested for reckless endangerment and also charged with endangering a child in reckless driving.
Cops also arrest the men seen pummeling the driver of the Rover, who was treated for knife wounds and lacerations to his back and face.
It's not meant to get all crazy. However, there's not really no way to govern that many people. And you can't say what one person is going to do versus another.
We saw the videos. They're online. You're running red lights. You're blocking cars. Sometimes cars get mad at you, get mad at them. You kick the doors and stuff like that. That's frightening.
But like I said, when you have a group of 3,000 individuals, you can't govern what everyone does. And had all those riders been bad and had bad intentions, there's no way that the Range Rover person would have had the opportunity to walk away from the situation after deliberately running someone over.
Saying he would have been killed.
Well, saying he would have been hurt.
Monitoring biker websites today, New York cops are out in force, patrolling city streets where riders assemble. But do you realize what you're doing is illegal? You're breaking laws, you're speeding, you're running lights, you're blocking
Definitely,
traffic.
speeding, running lights is illegal. I agree.
So how do you justify it?
I'm not justifying that, nor condoning that. I'm just speaking about what happened with the...
But you do it.
Rover.
Look at you guys. You're big. You're tough. You could see how you might invoke some fear in a person driving down the street with
Well,
them.
there's always fear in something you don't know about.
To make matters worse, an off-duty NYPD officer has come forward to admit that he was among the pack of bikers who chased the Leanne family up the Upper West Side to this city street, where Leanne was pulled from his car and beaten. As a result of this incident, police have threatened to arrest or confiscate the motorcycles of anyone who gathers in a large group. Geraldo, back to you.
Craig, thanks. The NYPD says that it is investigating what role, if any, that off-duty cop or cops played in last Sunday's road rage attack. So what's with these biker gangs, though? You saw those guys there. You see these people everywhere in every city.
See it? iPad. Right there. Right there. Someone with an iPad. There's no video. That's what they're lying.
we have new video to show you this morning of the biker road rage attack in New York City. Several men can be seen kicking the driver of an SUV while he laid on the ground. Police say Alexian Lean was pulled out of his vehicle. A good Samaritan is seen stepping in to try and stop the assault. A fourth suspect was arrested yesterday, and now the man who shot the original video sparking the outrage is breaking his silence. Our senior correspondent John Miller is here with a story you'll see only on CBS This Morning.
It was supposed to be a leisurely ride through New York City, and some in this group of motorcycles were intentionally slowing down other cars on the road so that the rest of them could pass safely. Kevin Breslov turned on his helmet camera shortly after the riders encountered the black Range Rover, says his lawyer, Andrew Vasari.
From speaking to him, what he saw, or what he could believe that he saw, was a water bottle come out of the sunroof of the car.
Of the SUV.
Yes.
As if someone threw it.
Correct.
What happened next is not in dispute. There was a collision, then a confrontation. Suddenly, the black Range Rover peels off, hitting some of the riders. A chase ensues until the SUV, now with its tire slashed,
Slash tires.
No, there was no slash tires. Slash tires came later.
gets stuck in traffic. Some riders attack the vehicle, and eventually, its driver. But that part isn't captured on Breslov's video. It was widely discussed after the video was posted on YouTube that before the assault, the cameraman cut the camera off. Is that what happened?
We absolutely deny that allegation. We categorically deny that he in any way tampered with the video.
Or that there's any more after that of the incident?
It's a shame. But that's when it died. The battery just stopped working. There's no more footage.